This is my response video to Time for School. There are 75 million kids in the world that have no school to go to. So during the video, there were some people that they interviewed, and one of them was Shagufta from Afghanistan, and she loved going to school. She had to work. She had 13 people in her household, and the boys never got to work, or they never worked. They got made fun of if they ever helped out with the house. So she had a really big load on her, and the Afghanistan is a really dangerous place for education, because especially for girls, because they always try to bomb the schools, and they just don't really have the respect for girls getting an education. But Shagufta still went. But it really broke my heart when at the end of the video, Shagufta said that she's not going to school anymore. She had to help with household jobs, and it just breaks my heart because she said that she had so many goals. She wanted to be a doctor, and she just had so many goals that she probably can't do anymore because she won't be able to get that education that she needs. And there was a boy from Brazil that they interviewed, and he said during the interview, he said that when the police come, almost everyone dies. I could hear the gunshots. That's really sad. He was about 11 years old, and he's a super smart kid. So they raised him up a grade in his class, and he didn't get to graduate with his class because of his age. That's the only reason that he studied everything that they did, took every test that they did, but the only reason why he didn't graduate is because of his age, and I thought that was pretty weird. It said that in the video that 2 to 3 children drop out by the 8th grade, and they usually become drug dealers. The guys do, and the girls become whores. So in India, there was a girl that they interviewed, and she has a big load too, just like Shagufta in Afghanistan. She does housework, farming. When she grows up, she wants to be a teacher. Pretty much everyone that got interviewed, they wanted to be a teacher. I thought that was interesting. And she had to miss school for 4 months because they needed help, and she was just taking a night class. Everyone was asleep when she went to school because it meant so much to her to go to school, and I thought that was really cool. But then they canceled that. It closed, and so she wasn't able to go to school anymore. And then the other one was Ken from Japan, and Japan seems to be really strict with school. He's the only child, and he wants to be a professional baseball player or a school teacher. School is very strict in Japan. His mom and dad are very successful, and so that kind of puts pressure on him, I think. But in the video, it just really made me realize that we Americans take school for granted, like a lot. I think that if school got canceled for me, I'd be so happy. But they were always so sad when school got canceled, and they just believe that if you don't have an education, it's just like it's just nothing. You're worth nothing. And I know people from just everyday college. There's people dropping out just because they're lazy, and even high school they drop out. And there's people in other countries that would die for an education like what we have the opportunity to do. And so I thought that was really interesting, and just how much we take school for granted, especially since um, we we just don't, I don't know, we didn't even have to pay for high school, and it just kind of came to us. It's just a given that you went to high school, and here are these young people fighting to go to school, and just like have that really longing to get an education. So I think Americans need to realize that what we have so is so good, and we need to take advantage of it. And yeah, I think that's it.